Hello and welcome to the 25th episode of the second season of the Ecobitch Actress Podcast. My name is Sadie C and I am your host. Let's welcome back our co-host. Hey, big announcement today, blah. Thank you, co-host. Yes, before you scroll away or shut off your ears, I am in this year's Hollywood Fringe Festival again. This time, I will be in a show called Two Sides of the Same Coin. Okay, take back to last year. So the whole reason I have this podcast was to promote my last show in 2025 called Her Rage. And actually, I am wearing the same theater shirt that I wore in that show. Yes, I received the costume this time. For more details, we will wait till the actress story. If this is your first time listening, thanks. We start with an eco tip that's great for the environment, might not be for you, but who cares? Followed by an actress story that happened to me in Hollywood. Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood. That's my new joke. And there is a video version on YouTube. You better subscribe to it because having the visuals makes it even more funny because my face is a subtle comedy. Okay, I don't know if that line works, but it's out. And I also made a tribute to my last year's show with the same poster. And okay, look at the video. This is the amazing graphic art that I made. It's sarcasm. For those of you who don't read sarcasm, you will be offended by me many times because I'm sarcastic. A lot of the things I say are the opposite. Great explanation of your sarcasm. I know. Ugh. If I get a dime for every time I have to explain my sarcasm, I could buy out this earth. Anyway, on the back of my amazing graphic art poster, look at the video. This is the poster from last year's Her Rage. Look at that. Wow. What great ways to reuse your paper resources. Damn, extra eco tip. And by the way, this sheet of paper will also be recycled after this run. What an eco bitch. Anyway, I will be playing a pregnant 14-year-old. Wow, do not miss that because even I want to watch that. How am I going to play a pregnant 14-year-old when I'm not pregnant? Just kidding. When I'm 14-year-old, damn. Okay, so come to the show. I will be on the show June 14th, 25th, and 28th in Hollywood at the Hobgoblin Theater in Hollywood. See you there. By the way, I will be on a special podcast as a special guest, and I'm going to shout them out, but I need to know the date. So stay tuned for the announcement where I had a really fun time as a guest on another podcast. Hint, hint, it's about sci-fi, which I know nothing about. So it was extra fun for the hosts who don't know what to do with me. Hey, okay. Today's eco tip, that was a long intro. I hope you're still here. Hey, that's my line. By the way, I had feedback that co-host, you have one fan. Really, I have one fan. Hey, that's better than 0 fans. You know what? Everyone starts at 0. Even Billie Eilish, whatever. Everyone starts at 1. And then soon they will be commenting on the YouTube comments. And soon you'll have trolls. Yeah, can't wait. But I'm being sarcastic. I know you are because you're my co-host and sarcastic is our middle name. Today's eco tip is really simple. Do you go to UPS? Everybody does. When you send out a package, ideally, the tip is to not ask for a receipt. Or you can actually enter your email and they will send you receipts through email so you don't have to print them out because those kind of printing paper are really bad. Those receipt papers are not real papers. They are chemically treated, whatever. I don't even know what they're made of, but they are non-recyclable. Do not recycle those receipts. They go into the trash, which is the worst. We don't want to create more trash. Exactly. 0 waste. So when you're at UPS, FedEx, anywhere, just choose to have no receipts, at any supermarkets. I received a receipt that was printed on paper because there was no other option. They did not give me an option to email the receipts. These UPS receipts are stickers. They are sticky. And what you do is keep them. Don't just toss them. This whole thing is non-recyclable, by the way, but I keep them and they work just like tapes. And they work even better than some of the tapes you own because these receipts are supposed to be put on cardboard. They are extremely sticky, so you can use them just like tapes. When I tape my packages, instead of tape, I use these receipts. Isn't that brilliant? It is brilliant. Thanks for the shout out. Yes, I am amazing. And that's why I'm known for being an Ecobitch. You're welcome for the tip. Your life has been saved again today. Let's move on to our actor story. Usually I have another segment here, but not today. Not today. Today's story is going to be about the 2025 Hollywood Fringe Festival where I played the lead. Oh, I forgot to say, it was the lead in Her Age. Why am I plugging my old show? Well, that show was epic and it was over. But come to my show this year. It's a totally unrelated new show, two sides of the same coin. June 14th, 25th, and 28th. Do you have that memorized yet? If you have, I won't repeat it again. Guys, come. Support local theater. I'm telling you, you're supporting like meat industry, supporting all that shit, gas industry when you drive your gas pooping car. So why not support local theater? We don't make shit and we need money. Art should not die like that. Skip your donating to some political stupid person and instead come to our show. It's not that expensive either. Anyway, I will talk again about the LA theater. First of all, theater most of the time is unpaid. So I want to clarify that. I don't get a cent. But theater is more like really just art. So it's not like anyone's making any money. I don't think anyone makes any money. It's closer to real art in a way, more than film. Because film, there's more money involved, like, market and like getting the revenue back. But in theater, we know we're not getting that revenue back. We're putting on that show for the world just to put out a piece of art. We're not making money. So that's how we're closer to pure art than blockbuster stuff. Hey. But for art house films, it will be the same because nobody watches those. Oh, I don't know who I'm offending, but too bad. Hey, it's okay to not make money. Like art doesn't always make money. And that's that. But for actors, at least for me, it's not for the money. Duh, I'm making 0 cents. Okay, and I'm driving for rehearsal, so that's negative balance. But for me, it's to hone my craft. And it's kind of fun. I will be carrying a fake belly, which is really gonna be work. I don't know how they do it, pregnant women. The story today is last year, where I played actually a mother who murdered the husband. Yeah, you're sorry you missed it. It was epic, and all my friends are still talking about it today who went to see the show. Unforgettable. So I'm also wearing the costume. You can see on video. I have to say this shirt is something I would never buy because it just is not my style. And when I first received it, when we were doing our UCLA campus rehearsal, we had to scramble for locations. So it ended up being on the grass outside the UCLA drama department. Anyway, fun times. But when I tried on this costume, I was like, ew, inside. I did not tell it to anybody or the costume person. But then when I saw our video and photos on stage, it looked really good on stage. I have to say, hey, costumers are necessary for a reason. They do pick out the best outfits for the stage, which is different. So this is really flashy and showy if I just walk on the street, but it's actually okay if you're just on stage. It's pretty good looking, for lack of a better word. So I remember we had 5 shows. I still remember the helplessness of not being able to fill all the seats. And last year's director, they were 2 young directors, still students, and they did not have money. It's all out of pocket, thousands of dollars. I know because we discussed about it. And of course, I was paid $0 and I had to drive to UCLA, which is like, ugh, I almost didn't want to. But there was nothing I could do. But the biggest cost was renting the theater, which is thousands of dollars, and the biggest cost. They calculated and they said, even if we filled all the seats for all 5 shows, with all the props, they had to buy ropes and stuff and dirt. Anyway, very art house. And with every seat filled, they would still lose money. So it was pretty sad. But the shows were great. And I remember being really sad because we did not sell out any of the shows. We did pretty good, but we didn't sell out. And only because there were a lot of shows in the whole month. So I hope we do this month. But of course, the shows are really nerve wracking. It was my first time being the lead. Wow, it's been 1 year. I'm going to do an anniversary of this podcast. It's still alive after 1 year. I can't even believe it. Yeah, I also get paid $0. Hey, you get exposure and you are our mascot for global warming, so you have to be here. Meh, fine. Global warming is real. Preach. Anyway, the 5 shows were all very torturing in a good sense because I slayed. That is such a great pun. I'm a murderer. I slay. Get it? Ugh, for those old people who didn't get it. Just offending old people. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't even know who listens to my podcast. Probably people who are kind of delulu. I digress. The point is, I remember in our preview show, what happens is there's usually a preview show where all the workers as in music composers for the show, it was legit. And we had customers, we had prop people, stage managers, stagehand, dramatog, whatever, a ton. Everyone is unpaid and working hard. It's pure art collaboration. Yummy. So the preview show is mostly them watching. It's a bilingual show, so there was a lot of Chinese people and Chinese students. We had subtitles, but they didn't need it. So I did the show, and in the very last scene, there was a moment really critical. It was in Chinese, but in English, it would be like, I was so enraged. Something like that. And I said it in Mandarin, but it was 4 words in Mandarin. Blah, 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 blah. For all of you who know Mandarin. I remember I said first 2 words, and then I had a pause for no reason, just because I was too emotional. The first 2 words were, 我操. I wanted to say I am enraged, but when I paused in the first 2 words, it ended up sounding like, fuck you, literally. And I didn't even realize it, but during the pause, a few of the obviously Chinese people laughed in the audience in this very dramatic, like I was emotional. It's supposed to be a very angry and moving moment. But I basically said, fuck you, because I paused in the wrong moment. And afterwards, of course, I was like, damn, why did I pause there? But then that's the magic of live theater, is people are listening and that's what they perceived because that's what it sounded like. I guess I'm just a comedian in my blood, because even when I never intended to make people laugh, I made people laugh. Damn, what a talent. But of course, that happened only on the preview show. In the rest of the main shows, I made sure I did not pause where it sounded like, fuck you. So that was the story. I would say that's a classic theater moment, is the spontaneity, and you don't know what's going to happen, what's going to jump out, what's going to fall off, because the props do fall off once in a while. That's live theater. It's magical. It's nothing that the movie. It's not better, but it's quite a different experience. And I think something that's quite necessary for phone addicted children of today. So see you there. For ticket links, go to my Instagram. It's in the bio on Sadie C Official. See ya.